Hey there, it's Matt Hutchinson. Hope you're keeping really, really well. And thank you for stopping by here and taking the curiosity of like clicking on that button to find out a little bit more. So I just want to thank you for doing that. That's really, I'm really impressed that you've taken this next step. Now, what's the purpose of this? Okay, the purpose of this is to find out whether or not you have the willingness to follow through. Because at the end of the day, this is all about a process. It's all about creating a system for you to follow and for you to see whether or not you've got what it takes to actually become a successful online entrepreneur. Now, obviously, what you need is a belief within yourself. But obviously, we need to, we've never met. We need to believe, I need to believe in you, which I do have a belief in you, because if you've got this far, then obviously you have the potential of having what it takes to become that successful entrepreneur. Now, obviously, you're going to come with some kind of preconceived ideas of what this is all about, and what's going on, and where is it all going to take me, and all that kind of stuff. And what I want to kind of do is, with this page, and not when you look below you, there's obviously a whole heap of information that I need you to go through, and for you to read and to watch some videos, because obviously what I want to share with you is the fact that this is, that there are plenty of scams out there, like whether get rich quick schemes, or affiliate marketing, and multi-level marketing, and all of that kind of junk, where people promise you that you can become a gazillionaire within 24 to 48 hours, buy this next ebook, blah 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 blah. Oh, excuse me, it just bores me. Okay, anyway, back to what we're talking about here. So obviously you're going to have some preconceived ideas about what that's all about. Now, what my part in this here is to kind of show you and invite you to look at, and to give you some evidence that for you to make up your own mind. Because obviously at the end of the day, if you keep clicking and keep clicking and keep clicking, obviously we're going to be talking at some point, and you're going to become part of this particular business opportunity. So at the moment, I don't know whether you've got a closed mind or an open mind. Obviously, if you've got this far and you're actually watching this video right now, you have a little bit of an open mind. You've opted into something. You put your contact details in there, and it's like you've received this video in return. So when you look below, what you're going to see is a few pages of things like my history. Who I am, what I am. How did I get here? I'm going to introduce you to a little bit of the community that we've got here. I'm just a little taster. I don't want to give everything to you, because I don't want you to become overloaded. I just want you to have a little appetizer. Okay. Some of the skills that are going to be required. And some of the our top leaders within this company. How they've got there. And also what I'm going to look at doing is introduce you to the founders of this company. Two guys by the name of Jay Kubizek and Aaron Parkinson. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean anything to you right now, but what I can assure you is that these guys have, are open, honest, have a great value set, and extremely, they have extreme integrity of what they want to do. One of their primary goals is to create 100 millionaires by 2012. That's no mean feat. So. Obviously, when you're dealing with people like that, they have to be, upfront and honest, with what they're sharing. Now, obviously, at the end of the day, I have a mentor, and some of these guys, have, the privilege of being around and speaking to on a regular basis. The same is going to be for you. I want to work with you, and to mentor you, to get you to the place where you want to get to. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be some struggles in there, and that's the time where you need a mentor to kind of imagine you being the boat and me being the rudder that's going to kind of point you in the direction that you need to go. Okay, obviously that's with the help of the platform and the system, the educational system that you'll be introduced to. So what's the next step? The next step is that you need to follow the link that's right at the bottom of this, make an application, and go through the application. It's about 13, 15 questions, about who you are, what you want to do. If you had a whole heap of money in front of you, what would you do with it? So we can get a better idea of who you are. Because at the end of the day, we don't work with everybody. We're very selective on who we work with. Because at the end of the day, we don't want people who are going to come in and as soon as they hit the first stumbling block, they're out. There's no point in that. Now, obviously, what I can guarantee with this is the application. Yeah, you have to pay some money, which is about $40. Okay, and the reason for that is, as I say, we don't want tire kickers in here. We want people who are serious and are committed in making change in their lives. So that will take you through to the application process by going down the screen and clicking on the next step button at the bottom. Now, once you've done that, what will happen is that information that you input there will come through to me. I'll take a look at it, and then what I'll do is give you a call so we can discuss where you want to go in the future. So it's as simple as that. So thank you very much for coming and taking the time to listen to what I have to say, and your curiosity has like been appeased. All you need to do now, as I say, go down to the bottom of the page, click the next step button, fill in your application, and you'll be hearing from me in the not too distant future. So this has been Matt Hutchinson. You have an amazing day, and I look forward to speaking to you really, really soon. Take care.